caution, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Happy motherfucking Friday, another episode of
Yeah,
Jagz from Ohio. How y'all doing tonight?
All right, good.
How are you tonight?
I am fucking fantastic. How are you?
Loving.
I'm having a great night tonight. I'm glad you guys are here tonight.
Why, thank you. It's
Thank
glad
you
to be
so
here.
much.
Absolutely. So you guys are from the Cleveland music scene.
Right.
So
Sure.
the first question I have is, how is the Cleveland music scene? Because I've heard so many stories about how badass it is, and I've never got the chance to like come up and like catch any shows in the area. Out of all my traveling, I've never got to, and I want to.
Actually, it's pretty good. It
Right,
really is.
it's
There's
like-
a lot of
like-
clubs around the place.
Like this weekend. So we have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right.
Nice.
This weekend, a Cleveland band, Midnight, and Purgatory, Manimals, they're playing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me get my Cleveland stuff right. Purgatory is the band of Jeff Hatrix, who used to be in Mushroom Head, correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I keep up with shit. I tried to.
Shout to the tracks.
I'm a big Jeff Hatrix fan. I actually got to see him in Mushroom Head several times, and I always loved his fucking voice and his vocals. They were unlike anything I'd ever fucking heard, and I was always a huge Mushroom Head fan.
Yeah, there's huge opportunities in Cleveland.
Yeah.
A lot of venues to play.
Yeah.
It attract a lot of the locals. I mean, we have pretty good turnouts at a lot of the gigs.
We have the world famous Agora too. You know,
Ooh.
it's
That you do
world
that.
famous, you know.
So how did your lineup right now? How did you guys get together and start the band? Did you already know each other through the scene? Were you in different bands and just kind of hooked up?
You know, it's interesting.
Mhm.
I had put an ad out. I was in a death metal band for 9 years, and I kind of just decided, just to keep that going. But that was before I met Teddy. I had met a drummer, and we were jamming for a while, and we were working on songs, and he had known a singer, which is Teddy, and brought him down one day. And Teddy looked at me, he goes, "Dude, man, I like what you got going on." He goes, "But you need to write another album." So I'm like, what? So I took that challenge on, and Teddy came aboard. We still kept that drummer, got ourselves a bass player, got our lead guitarist, Edwin Ortiz. And, we just kept writing, and then got in the studio, made ourselves a 6-song EP. which is out now on all platforms.
Nice.
But that's pretty much how it got started. And then now our current drummer, Mark Buster, stepped right up. We had let Jason go. But our new drummer now, he's badass.
Okay.
First drummer that's actually used triggers for me.
All right.
I've had many with good intentions, but he's the first man that actually went out and got him. In my opinion, I mean, metal, they trigger the kick. I like the kick triggered. You know,
Right.
you don't have to trigger anything else, but I love the kick trigger. It just gives you that little metal, that type, you know.
Yeah, that extra little.
Sounds just kick ass together, in my opinion. You know.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna throw out a funny question. I love asking this question because I love getting all the different answers I've gotten over asking people from different age groups. Metal has become so broken down into all these like weird ass fucking subgenres. I'm already seeing your eyes roll, so I'm gonna love this answer. How do you guys feel about all of these subgenres of metal, and what do most people try to put? Do they try to put you in a box? Do they try to label you as any kind of one subgenre at all?
I personally like them. I like any kind of metal, but I like every kind of music. You know,
Same here.
I like 70s. Well, I'm a singer, you know, so
Yeah.
I like everything it has to do.
I go back to the doo-wops.
Oh, totally. I mean,
Motown. I mean, I went
all
through
that.
it all, the 70s hippie music, then the disco, alternative, techno, pop, all of it.
Yeah.
So basically, all of that music has kind of influenced me.
Yeah.
You know, but basically, I would have to say, once I heard Metallica, that was pretty much, I knew right then I was at least going to play metal. You know, Randy Rhoads, you know, that's
And
influences
we're told,
right there.
We're told, you know, like from his death metal influences and my other kind of influences, that our music is a little different because he's throwing his death metal.
Yeah. Lamb of God, Trivium, just some
and you know, and
down the road.
My thing, so it's totally different, and we get it from people and tell us, you know, that you guys are different, and we like that a lot.
Right.
Well, it's good because it makes you unique, and it makes it where you're different than everybody else, and you're not the same.
And Edwin is our other guitar player. He's from very, very proud Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Puerto Rico. We still, you know, after being in the band with them, 2 years, you can't understand them.
Yeah.
Edwin, we love you. We love you, Edwin, more than anything.
He likes creates his own concert, you know.
He's our like own little Steve Vai, you know, Edwin.
Little secret weapon.
Yeah, but he's very proud of his heritage, and we love that.
Yeah, we love him.
We just love.
You guys just pretty much classify yourselves as just metal.
I would say just metal. You know, we're not no hair metal. We're not this metal. We're not metal. We just play heavy shit.
Yeah.
You know, in a nutshell.
But a lot of it is hard rock. You know, like we have songs like
definitely got an edge. To it.
Scream and Suffering. Those songs are they're heavy metal, but they're hard rock songs to me.
I find that more when I blend in cleans with more, again, you know, just back and forth type. You have more of a ambiance to the music, you know. Maybe women might like the clean parts of it, you know, and listen at least that far to hear some of the metal, you know.
Yeah.
But at least it's got its pretty parts, which I, you know, quote unquote, call them pretty parts, but just the cleans on our songs, you know.
Yeah.
Mojo, you
feeling in them, you know. Teddy's got really cool lyrics with those. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on finishing up our album at the moment. Like I said, we recorded 6, we've written 3 more. So we got 1 more to write, and then we'll have 4 to record, and then we're going to get back in the studio, record the last 4, and put the album out.
Yep.
And we're in the middle of doing a video at the moment as well. So with one of our
can't wait to see that one.
Yes.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
All right, what you got, Mojo?
For what?
I tried to put Mojo in the hot seat to ask some questions. She's like, "What?"
When I come up with the question, I ask.
Yeah. He's listening to our music. Any other answers?
So both of you, from each one of you, what would you say is the one? I know you kind of mentioned Metallica, but like for each one of you, what was that one band that you heard that made you realize not that you necessarily wanted to play metal, but the fact that you wanted to be a musician and this is what you wanted to do?
Wanted to be a musician.
I know what
That's
mine
interesting.
is. I know exactly. Right in this spot where I'm sitting, I used to scream Judas Priest when I was 14 years old.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and that's how I became a singer.
I would have to say Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin.
But then it advanced a little, because I can't, Ronnie James Dio is one of my, favorite singers also. But there's just too many singers to name. Too many.
Yeah, there's just wow.
And then there was, grunge. And there was Chris Cornell. And, all those singers. I love singers. There's just too many of them.
Priest was one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, but in the beginning, it was Robert Halford.
Yeah, Priest just had a sound that was just so
Sad
unique.
Wings of Destiny.
Heavy as hell, man. Just
and Dawkins. I mean, there's a lot of, Dawkins. He could sing. I mean,
but I'd say, probably to answer that question, I would say, to be honest, probably, Floyd and Zeppelin, but Scorpions. Just when I first went and saw that show with them two, the chemistry those two guitarists had on stage, I was enthralled. I go, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yes, I remember that moment because I was a kid, and I remember seeing on MTV the very first time I seen Motorhead.
Oh, really? Lemmy, huh?
And it was Ace of Spades.
No doubt.
From that moment on, because I was born and grew up in Oklahoma. And so like it's country capital of the world, country music, and I fucking hated it. I hated country music. Couldn't stand it, couldn't stomach it. I'm like, there's got to be something else. And then I got subjected to MTV, and the very first
VH1
scene,
And then look what happened.
was Ace of Spades, and I got fucking hooked. I was addicted to. I was a big Motorhead fan. I was all about Motorhead, and then I found Metallica and Iron Maiden, and it just kept fucking going and going and going.
Well, Buddy turned me on to Metallica, and then it was over. They were my favorite forever. They're one of my favorites now. But I definitely that's some heavy shit, man.
Yeah. So I miss MTV. I wish we could
thrash metal. I would say we would be under a thrash metal type thing. Our sound, our tone.
There's, like you were saying in Cleveland, there's a lot of different genres.
Yeah.
There
is
bands, and
we've got a little mixture of everything.
There's death metal bands, and there's bands, like us, like Nightmare Empire. They're like us. That's why we play out with them a lot. We played out with them. Wow.
At least 3 times, I think, probably.
I'd say more than that. Yeah.
Maybe
5, 6.
It's like 3 I can remember.
It makes me so jealous because we talk to so many bands, and there's a new band every week from all these different areas, and I get to hear about what the local scene is, because like I said before we started the show, we don't have one here at all.
That's a fun.
We don't get to go to local shows, can't even catch local metal bands.
The thing is too, is we got Akron. Akron's like almost to us. I can't say it. Akron's a real good city to play in. And then we have Youngstown. We go to Youngstown. There's a lot of places to play.
Kent.
Yeah, Kent, everywhere.
Lakewood.
Yeah, everywhere. We
have a show next month in Akron, and then our next one is in Maple Heights in October.
It's a nice little club in Maple Heights. It's a metal club.
You guys got a wide range to be able to play, because Pennsylvania is really not too far for you either, is it?
No,
100 miles. Maybe.
Right. No, we could play in Pittsburgh, and
easily.
Pittsburgh's only 2.5 hours away.
Okay, see, that's not all.
Yeah.
So
Not that bad of a ball.
in a nice little area to be able to hit a lot of different markets without having to actually go too far.
Right. Oh, we want to go to Europe, buddy.
Yeah.
We want to go over there so bad.
They should do like a band exchange, because you know how many times we hear I want to come to America, and then we have the bands in America that are like going I want to go overseas, and it's just like, you know what, can we like, you know, back in the day the student exchange, does that still work? Can we?
Yeah, something
Nice
like
if it
that.
did.
You know,
I mean,
we want to hit the Netherlands and Germany
right?
and
Shoot.
but you know, with this band, we've only like 8 months, and we've done a lot. You know, with the new members.
Yeah.
The new members, it's totally different. We're totally tight now, and we were playing out every weekend, but we have to take a break, and we have to go into the studio and finish up the album.
So that's why now we're just doing 1 or 2 a month and just finish this album up.
Until what?
Make
September?
our video and then promo
September,
the hell out of it.
we're doing a festival in Akron. Yeah. And
I just came out today, matter of fact.
My next question is, and this is for both you, and I've heard a million different answers on this and reasons why. Each one of you, what is your favorite thing to do as a band? Do you prefer to do the writing process? Do you prefer the recording process or the playing live?
Well, the playing live definitely ranks up there. Is definitely, you know, it's creme de la creme. But for me, I personally, since I write most of our material, I would say writing the song, there's no better feeling than when you finish writing a song. I mean, it's just, and then you know once it gets into the studio, it's what it's going to sound like, you know. But I mean, to have it finished, like we're working on right now, we're working on our 9th one right now, and you know, it's a process, you know, especially only when we're getting together only once a week now, you know, because you know, drummer has to get up at 3 or 4 in the morning, so it's hard. And he lives like 45 minutes from our studio. So, I mean, it's really tough on him. So we're just practicing on Sundays, you know, so we're doing the best we can. We go through the set and then we work on our new song. But, you know, it takes time, you know, but when that's finished and you're like, yes, it's done. That's pretty much the way it's going to be, because we've already made all the changes up till that point, you know. Yeah. And then, like I said, once we get into the studio, I already kind of have a vision of what it's going to sound like. I already have a vision of everything that's pretty much going to take place while I'm writing the song, you know, so I kind of like help our drummer out a little bit on areas, like with breakdowns, you look for certain things, you know, he already knows this, but, you know, sometimes you got to like, that's not going to work, this work, that ain't going to work, this will work. Then everybody's got their own opinions, but that's the best. I love writing songs as a band, you know, because then you've got everybody's opinion, you know, and I've written them where I just write them and this is how it is and that's it, you know. But that doesn't always work so well with the band, you know, as far as, you know, getting everybody's input is really important. Yeah. You know, I mean, 5 minds are always better than 1. So, and I have an open mind when it comes to writing now with this group of guys. I mean, everybody we have just so much fun, you know, there ain't no sense in throwing any weight around or anything like that. It's just, we all see eye to eye. We all have our opinions on things and we respect each other's opinions, you know, and it's hard too, man. When you're in a band, you know. 5 guys, you got 5 different personalities, 5 different ways of seeing things. Everybody wants just different things in life, you know, and different expectations in a band. You know, he may not want to play any shows, but want to record. He wants to do nothing but play shows. So you've got to like kind of find a happy medium with everybody. And sometimes that's tough, you know. You know, you got to bite the bullet, you know, sometimes just to keep a group together and just give it a chance. A lot of bands to break up before they even give themselves a chance. You know, so we're fighting to keep ourselves in that chance, you know, to get that chance, you know, and that's what it's all about. I mean, me and him, this is our lives. This is in our blood. We'll do it till we die, you know. I mean, I've done a lot of things in my life. You were talking about before we came live, you know, what you've done in life, you know, and that. So I believe in leaving a legacy. Yeah. Leave a legacy. Yeah. I like that. Started off with me in high school, you know, lettering. I lettered in 3 sports. I set records in the bowling club. Then I went into the military for 4 years, you know, and then I've been in bands ever since, you know, and And I bowled, like I said, I bowled professionally with a younger brother for 3 years. So, I mean, I already did letters. I've already, got letters in sports, bowled professionally, time in the military. And now I'm trying to leave a legacy through my music,
Yeah.
I always tell these young guys, man, find something that you love to do, man. Pursue your dream, man.
Yeah.
Don't stop at nothing, Just fight for it. Never stop. Just work hard. And sometimes, man, you might just, get what you're looking for. It's not always the pot at the end of the rainbow. I tell people, enjoy the ride, because you might not get that pot. You're living your pot. You're living it. You know what I mean? Like doing local shows, festivals. It's all on what do you want out of this? You got to just keep small expectations, man, and then you're happy. Set a little higher goal, reach it. Yes, excellent. A little higher goal, and just keep crawling along. You never know. Maybe somebody out there might notice you and give you a break.
Yeah.
So, we need you to open for us, man. We've got a tour, 75 dates, such and such, such and such. We want you guys, man. And that's the break. You need that break, I know so many bands that could sign that dotted line right now. I mean, I'm friends with so many bands that could do that. But it's just a matter of getting your music into the right hands, And shows like this help.
Yeah,
Definitely help.
I'm kind of glad you brought up the whole, playing and opening for bigger bands. Now, there's been bigger bands out there that will bring bands on and let them go. But my question is how do you guys feel about the whole buy-on situation? Because that has gotten completely out of hand with a lot of big bands, that they'll come in and they'll message you, be like, we love your band. You guys have great music. We want to take you on tour. They hype you up. And then it's like, oh, by the way, it's going to cost you $15,000 and 25% of your merch sales every night.
Yeah.
I would just say, no, thank you.
Yeah. That's the thing.
You're one of the first bands I've ever heard that said they would say no.
No, we believe in our music.
Because we believe we are going to be one of those big bands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
You believe in our music.
You got to have faith. You got to believe in yourselves.
Been writing songs my whole life, but with this band and writing songs with him, we've never written songs like this. And we have to get these songs to the right people, and we see what happens. It's only been 8 months really with the new guys. About a year and a half, 2 years with me and you. And to me, that's not a long time,
Got to pay your dues. We understand.
Yeah, I've been doing this since I was a little boy. Our stage show is, you would not believe our stage show.
Yeah, our stage show is kick ass. Come and see us.
Oh, our stage show is, we do have a video that we could show you. It'll show you our stage show. It's just something about after playing for how many years? I mean,
it's just,
everyone
put something together. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, our stage show is part of us. So
Good show.
We feel, our music's real good, but entertainment in this day and age is a big part of it.
Yeah,
See,
it is.
That
Different.
kind of leads me into another question is how do you guys feel about bands that are theatrical, like stuff like Slipknot and Ghost and Mudvayne, that do the makeup and the theatrics and the stage stuff? So to me, that makes a show.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
Some people try to say, oh, it's a gimmick. It's not this, it's not that. I'm like, but it's part of it. Like, you want to be, yes, you want to go up there and play, and you want to play solid, but you also want people to have an experience.
Yes.
Like, you're going to a show to have an experience. I don't want to go there and just see 5 dudes standing in one spot and just going through it with no enthusiasm.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen at our show.
No.
Like, give me watch. If I just want to listen to your music, I'll just pull your ass up on Amazon Music and I'll listen to you while I'm driving around at work.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
When I'm coming to see
I
you,
have the wardrobe that I have.
Okay.
I have over what 20, 30 studded jackets,
Yeah,
and
those are
every color imaginable.
Nice.
I have every color leather pants. I have everything. It's like my wardrobe is compared to probably Robert Halford's. Yeah, my wardrobe is flipped out. So, I get people, I want them to come and see me sing, but I want them to see what I'm wearing too,
You're like, it's gonna be different, guys.
But I wore the masks in my last band. We had
he had
9 years. I wore them. I'll tell you what, man, I give those guys a lot of credit because it's hot as hell behind those masks. I mean, I literally damn near died on stage a couple times from that. I'll tell you what, that's a sacrifice, man. Plus, we
like,
cover ourselves with blood and that.
First masks, so I know.
It
I'm right there with you.
really is,
Yeah.
But it's worth it, though. It's
Oh
worth
yeah. Well, we used to have a lot of mosh pits and stuff like that, Where this band, we're not doing. There's no mosh pits, but people are rocking. I mean,
Yeah.
different style. Matter of fact, this song number 9, I just added a double breakdown on the end of this song, which is the first song we've had with breakdowns in it. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I like to write a lot of different ways. I like to include a lot of different things in writing. I don't like sticking to the norm per se.
Yeah.
I like
That's
abrupt
what
timing
makes-
changes and different ways of looking at things.
That's why we have like the different style.
Every song, nothing sounds the same, which is key when you're going to a show. Because I couldn't tell you how many shows I've gone to where every song sounds the same. I couldn't tell the difference from the first one to the last one.
I'm right there with you because I've
Where
heard
every song's got to have its own personality, its own chapter, its own story to tell. And
Yeah.
do just that.
Yeah, you do have to switch it up, and I will say that there are some metal bands that have very much watered down certain genres where they're like, oh, we have to sound just like this, and the sound structure has to be just like this. Well, when you keep doing that same damn thing over and over, it does. It all just kind of melts into one pot, and it just all sounds the goddamn same.
Yeah. Gotta have some substance to it.
That's like a band I could throw out there that I miss them like hell because they were intense and insane and mixed in different genres. Was this band called I Wrestled a Bear Once, and
I wrestled a bear once.
Dude, if you've never heard them, look them up. They're amazing. No two songs sound the same. Like they've mixed in like salsa and like elevator sounding music with like cleans, and then it goes right into like death metal screaming like within a split second. The whole tempo just changes.
Nowadays, there's no rules. There's no limitation, no rules,
No.
Even writing, it's just, they're looking for something different. People are looking for something different,
It's just music.
It's hard to find that different. That's why you got to just keep working, keep practicing.
Yeah.
Writing, right? Trial and error, trial and error, trial and error.
Yeah.
Definitely is. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Nobody leave. We'll be right back. Convey the Signs.
Thank you.
Rock out.
We're back.
Right. Teddy had to run upstairs real fast.
Oh, you're yeah, like I said, quick commercial break.
That's right.
We'll be back.
So, my next question.
Yeah.
If you could go on tour, if you could create your dream tour, you could go tour with any 3 bands. what are those 3 bands that you would want to tour with?
Tour with?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Let's see. It'd probably be Lamb of God, Metallica. I don't know. I kind of shoot. Wow, that's a rough last one. My goodness.
There's so many good bands. I'd like
I
to tour with,
know. Priest back in the day.
you know.
Ooh.
I don't know. Ozzy, Sabbath, any of them, probably with them.
Drowning Pool.
Because now, like I said, I've kind of gone away from the death metal thing now, so
Right.
more mainstream metal. Getting too old for that other stuff, man.
Godsmack. That would be cool. Godsmack.
That was actually you bring up Godsmack. It was one of the coolest interviews I ever got to do because I actually got to do the drummer of Godsmack.
Oh, really?
It's one of the coolest, funnest people I ever got to interview in my entire career in radio, and I've been doing radio for almost 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
And he was by far one of the coolest dudes I ever met.
Wow, that's cool.
By far one of the best shows I've ever seen too, because I've seen Godsmack like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, they're
They
good bands.
always put on a fucking stellar show.
You know.
Oh, I like it.
Sully's great.
Standalone. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
They've been amazing. So you were upstairs when I asked him this question. If you could pick the 3 bands to tour with, who would it be? Just 3 absolutes, right off the top of your head.
wow. Drowning Pool would be one of them.
Huh?
Let me give it a little thought here. Big. I mean, you're talking big bands.
Soundgarden.
Nah, they're like grunge. Iron Maiden, Dream Theater. Bands
Nice.
that are kind of like our music, you know.
There you go.
And I would have to heavily think about that.
Queensryche.
Big
Big influence.
That would be excellent. Queensryche, you know, bands and like that
Yeah.
genre for sure.
I've been through all the stages, though, disco and all of it. I've loved it all. Lived it all.
He still likes to
I was
dance.
discoing before Johnny Travolta was even
Still
put
goes out
out
on
his
Friday
suit.
nights to disco.
So I have a question then.
But that,
So, since you have done and listened to all different kinds of music and how to listen to music, such as probably reels and records and tape and DVD, CD, internet, the whole 9 yards, what is your most favorite? Like when you want to listen to something and it wants to mean something, what do you listen to?
I listen to my CD player in my car.
Your CD?
Yeah.
Not me.
Or at home. I have a CD player at home, but I still have one in my. Now I actually bought a new car, which I don't have one in it now. But you know, there's ways of still listening.
I have laptops I listen to, but you know, I practice to a lot of things I listen to. You know, but it mostly comes off my laptop. When I go to the studio, and it's like half an hour, 45-minute drive.
Through our PA.
I put it right in. I put Anthrax on every time.
Crank it out through our PA.
John
Sounds
Bush.
amazing.
Not. I have nothing wrong with Joey Belladonna. I love Joey, but it's Anthrax during the John Bush era. You know, he's one of my favorite singers. Armored Saint, like right now, I see them so much. They're doing so good for themselves. They just played Walking. And I was so glad for John Bush, because back then in those days, if you think about it, those bands really didn't make that much, you know.
Yeah.
And now I don't know if it's because of, you know, I don't know if I should say this. It's because of rappers, because rappers make a lot. So maybe that made it so rock and roll people make more money. Because back in the day, you know, they weren't making much money.
Anything.
You know. Well, it's hard for us to make money, you know, even it's hard for, you know, people to come out to the clubs, you know, unless you're with the national act.
You gotta sell your merch, push your merch.
Yeah, but if you're with the national act and people come out, but you know, we could play with the best bands in Cleveland, and it depends on the night, you know. Yeah.
I mean, I like personally, if I'm just going to listen to something and like I really want it to hit, I pull out the records. I like listening to
I
records.
was just gonna say
I like
vinyl.
the sound of it. You know what I mean? Like that's what I like about it. I also have some stuff from my great grandparents. My family has a lot of music history. So my father has definitely have given me the history of our family, and it's different. It's a different kind of sound. I appreciate music a little bit more because of it, because I was subjected to different ways of listening to it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you guys are still kicking it at home with your records, you know, and I wish I would have kept my tapes, because I liked my mix tapes
There
back
was
in the
nothing
day.
better than that day when I got that that Queen album and just opened that thing up.
Yeah.
Oh man, with We Are the Champions, and
Yeah.
it was just like, man, look at this,
I
man.
listened to mostly.
And then when seeing him, it was just incredible.
Everything I listen
I
to,
bet.
and it goes through my speaker systems, is YouTube. Everything I listen to is YouTube. And, you know, even our songs are all over YouTube. You know, at one point that wasn't. You know,
Yeah.
YouTube wasn't like that. And now you can even download the songs.
Yeah, back in the day, man.
You
You
can
had
do all
flyers
kinds of
out,
stuff
word of
on there
mouth,
now.
call people.
Or get sued.
Now, just boom, there you go. Thousands
You know?
of people know about a show.
Yeah, just download it.
So hard to get their butts off their seat, get out there, get to that show.
Yeah.
Yep.
To me, that's the biggest.
Make
social
Cleveland
media.
a real rockin' city, you know. Pack these local clubs, these establishments. I mean, they have a hard time staying open, man.
Yeah.
You know, and paying a lot of musicians. I mean, these people have no idea what we go through to do shows. You know, just to form the band, write the songs, you know, that takes time, dedication, money, you know. I mean, and then you've got to break your gear down, load it up, then take it off your van or truck, put it somewhere. Then you got to take it again, bring it on stage, set it up, then play the gig, sweat your butt off, then take it all apart again, set it off to the side, then wait till everybody's done playing, then put it back on the truck again, then take it off the truck and put it back in the studio, then set it up in the studio. And a lot of times don't get paid.
Yeah.
So it's like you do all of this, but it's not for the money. I mean, it is because we're, you know, you got to pay your dues, but I mean, we do it because we love to do it. We love to entertain.
Yeah.
We like to get our music out there, and just, you know, hopefully somebody out there sees it and puts it to brings it to the next level.
Yes.
You know,
And that's exactly it.
but I mean, there's a lot involved, you know, and a lot of sacrifice, you know.
Yeah.
Cut out of work early. Sometimes we take the whole day off because it's just so much involved, you know.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
yeah.
I mean,
Get a rest sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah.
yeah, when you're a contract, just like you're working and making money, now you're not.
Yeah.
So it's like me. I don't get paid days off, no vacations, none of that, you know.
Right. So if there's one thing that you guys could change about the music industry, what would it be?
Wow.
Open up record stores again.
No.
Pay. I don't know. That's a tough one. Jeez.
Right now, and I see in the music business, rock and roll, you're not going to be able to change it right now. It's a different form of rock and roll, and you're not going to be able to go back to that because kids enjoy what they're listening to.
Plus, there's so many bands now.
And like I said, it's entertainment.
Back in the day, where there wasn't as many. Now the competition, there's just so many bands.
It doesn't matter.
It's just crazy.
If you have blonde hair and blue eyes, all the girls. It doesn't matter if you sing correctly or if they like your music. It's just how you look.
Yeah.
And that a lot of that, I'm not going to say any names.
Maybe I
But
should sing
a lot of that
background.
goes a lot in Cleveland.
It goes a long ways. It
A
does.
lot, you know, it goes on in Cleveland. And it's not how you sound at all. It's how you look. So, you know, and that's in the high end. That's not in like we're at. We're talking, you know, the high end, you know.
And there's a lot of artists I wonder, you know, about,
you know,
what people saw in that, you know. It just, you know.
Would you like Cleveland? You know, Cleveland.
I mean, that's like the song by Marilyn Manson, "The Beautiful People." The whole entire song is like for you to get any kind of attention or be viewed good in society, that you have to fit in this little box. Like, if you don't drive a Lexus, then you're not cool. If you're not beautiful from head down to foot, you know, you don't fit into that little societal box that they think that you should look and sound, then you're nothing.
Yep.
I mean, you could be the most talented person in the world, but if you don't fit into society's box of what they deem you should be, then half the world won't even give you a fucking chance. They won't even listen to what you have to offer or what you can do.
That's exactly. And that's the thing about. Go ahead.
And that goes into metal, because metal was the first one that didn't matter, because we were all fucking ugly. So we can fucking play. We're all the fucking misfits. So that, to me, that was one of my appeals to metal, was like, metal didn't matter. Didn't matter if you were pretty. Didn't matter if you're ugly. Didn't matter what you drove or what you did. If you could go out there and fucking play, that's all that mattered. But you got all these genres like rap and hip hop and pop, where if you're pop, you got to be fucking beautiful. You got to be this, you got to be that. Yeah. But I guarantee you, there's fucking what society would deem ugly people that could sing their ass off. It could probably sound better than half the damn pop stars out there, but they won't get half a chance because they're not fucking pretty with big boobs and all the other fucking assets that
get in the country. Then.
Well, I give it. There's this guy, I look at Billboard all the time. There's this guy in country, Morgan Weller or something.
Morgan Wallen.
That dude's got like 10 songs in the top 10 of Billboard, dude. And then you got Post Malone. Post Malone, he's got like 20 songs.
Oh my gosh! So you need to get in the country.
Metal's
a tough one to get into.
They're doing it together. Wow. Post Malone with Morgan guy.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. And he did a song with Ozzy too. That was great. I don't know.
To me, metal it's very competitive, and it's much more competitive than most, because like a lot of
in your heart.
Pop and hip hop, it's all about who you know. Yeah. Because I've heard people in pop and hip hop that were fucking horrible, trash, and people think they're the greatest thing in the fucking world just because of who they know.
Yeah.
Metal is extremely competitive. Like, you are not tip top, you're not going to make it. Doesn't matter how good you are. Doesn't matter who you know. Now, who you know might get you to a certain point, but you got to know how to play.
You got to have good material.
Definitely.
If you don't, the
going
to shred your ass out there. They're not going to come to your shows. They're not going to buy your merch. Yeah. You know, if you're not good, those metalheads, they'll tear you apart.
Sure will.
Oh yeah, you have to be unique, with your music. You've got to show some creativity, Yeah. Show some substance in your songs. Otherwise, your peers will just look at your music like, I'm special, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to tell something, man. What's different about that song and that song and that song that you want me to like?
Yes.
Can I make you rock? So that's when I go back when I write. I think to myself, what am I doing? What's the crowd doing? What are people feeling when I'm writing these songs? When we're playing these songs out, And if you're just getting that, you better move on. Write something else, something that's got some kind of some catchy, something different, chunky, meaty. It's got some substance to it.
We don't get that.
No, we get a lot of compliments when we get off the stage. We really do, which just makes you feel so good.
Well, we pull everybody to the stage. Everybody
just makes you feel so good.
Wants to see.
There was something I saw on Facebook a long time ago. It showed a caption: your band playing in front of one person, and then it shows your band playing in front of 1,000, and it says you got to play 1,000 of these before you can play one of these. And it shows the person with the one. So you got to pay your dues, And we're just getting started, but we're working hard. We're trying to do the right things. You never know.
You've got good buddies like Chris.
You never know. Convey the signs, baby.
Yeah.
That is very, 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 very true.
So
So
happens to be our opening song. We're playing at the Afterlife Live Performance Club recording. It's in Akron. Badass club. I've played all the Cleveland area clubs, and this place is I rate A+, top notch.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Top notch club. Afterlife.
Yes.
that actually gets me into my next question. If you guys, what would be your dream venue to play? Because there's a lot of venues out there that are legendary that us metalheads, like even if we've never been to them, we've heard of.
Yeah.
You know that it exists.
Madison
What's the
Square
one
Garden.
venue you guys?
Yeah, Madison Square Garden.
I think Dream Theater played Madison Square Garden when they just began.
I'd say any stadium. Bring it on.
No, my really big one would be Walking.
Yeah.
You know, I like to go to Germany
Or some Woodstock.
You are probably the
I was going for Woodstock too.
6th or 7th person on this show that has said that exact festival
Really?
over and over and over.
Yeah,
Everybody
great
needs to play
festival.
that festival.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, I've seen videos of it on YouTube
Woodstock.
playing it and stuff like that. Like, I'm a big festival guy, and I love festivals because for most of us, it's a bigger bang for your buck.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying the money, but you see all these bands, and especially a lot of like overseas bands that normally you probably wouldn't get the chance to ever see.
Yes,
Right.
that's for sure.
So to me, festivals are just so fucking amazing. And now they're even starting to integrate like other musical acts that aren't metal into what used to be primarily metal festivals. So as far as like getting other music like rap and hip hop and stuff like that, how do you guys feel about having those groups playing in what used to be primarily only metal and rock festivals?
Oh.
I've done a few of those actually. It's called When Scenes Collide. And actually they were badass. Everybody respected each other's music. It was a good time. Yeah, it was called When Scenes Collide. The Outpost Concert Club in Kent has those. And we had a great time. We had a great time. There were rappers, metal. We all just did our thing, and it was kick ass. We respected each other's gift.
We did it once before.
All right. On that, we are starting to run out of time. So where would you guys like for everybody to go listen to your music, buy your merch? Where can they do it if they're not in your area? Do you have an online store? Where you want them to go?
They would have to contact us on Facebook. To listen to the music, you could go to YouTube. It's all over YouTube.
Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. But we kind of YouTube's big, and we're on X now. Been on X for a long time. But the music, it's all on YouTube.
All right.
We keep it all on YouTube.
And if you need a physical copy, just contact the band.
Yeah.
We'll send you one right now.
Exactly. We have copies we can send right out.
Member.
And that's about it.
Yeah, but we have Teddy Curcioli on lead vocals. I'm Reno Lee guitar. We have Edwin Ortiz on guitar, Mark Buser on drums, and Ragnar Wakely on bass. That's Convey.
Awesome. All right, Mojo, you got any final questions before we get out of here?
Nope, I sure don't.
Afterlife Concert Club, the 25th of September. Is it the
All right. Y'all go check them out if you're in the area. Guys, thank you for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute blast.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Mojo.
Love having you guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Sure, we'll cross paths with you at some point.
Yes.
Everybody have a fantastic Friday night. Don't drink and drive. Don't do stupid shit. We love y'all. We'll see you next Friday.
Love y'all. God bless, guys.
Yes,
thank you for having us.
No problem.
Bye-bye.